created his twin using AI and he claims to be the innocent one. His colleagues believe him, but Mr. Q is on to him. And Togo has to choose between Alfred and Evelyn, while Mem Rosina is also catching up on their secret. Hi, welcome to my channel. Here's an update on Skeem Saam. Mr. Xulu said and thought, what do I do with this situation? He went to online and created his identical twin using AI. The next thing, Mantuli is on to him trying to find out what's going on. Are you okay? Mr. Xulu shows Mantuli the picture of the AI twin yake. As I've got an identical twin, he's just been released from jail. So now a call from him just shake me up, like even young Pazami said, frustrated me because this guy embarrassed the family. Mantuli believes him and says Guti Mr. Xulu has a twin because Mantuli is old, won't see whether it's AI or not. Mr. Xulu started crying when and saying Guti this guy embarrassed them and the family. You should have seen Umantulu busy comforting him. Can't you guys lying? Then he goes to work, shows them the picture. Everyone seems to believe him. Twin like gives them the sub story. He was a chef, came back, defrauded his partner, and we nalo. Mr. Q seems to think man, this man is lying. And then they ask him, how? Carol didn't hold back and ask, now, Mr. Q, and then they ask the famous question, and there's something I don't understand, Mr. Silish Ari. Why is it this one, Kwara Dewe, and we're not Kwahakulu? And then he lied, saying that his full name is Fusiso Xulu Karadebe because Xulu is his mom's surname, Hadebe is his father's surname. He chose Xulu, the other twin chose Hadebe. Mr. Q got so annoyed. He was like, colleagues, can't you see this man is lying? But then they all attacked him, saying, can you leave this man alone, man? He's been through so much. And then my principal goes to see him, saying, I heard you have a twin. Why is this thing? Why didn't you tell me when you were applying, during your interview and all that? But I'm the one that applied for a job, not my twin. Why did I need to disclose that information? And then he says that the written warning is not the written warning that got to me. It's the alienation that you just alienated me. Mama then told him, that written warning is null and void. It's not, he mustn't take it seriously. And then Mr. Q speaks to Carol, saying, can you see, that picture was AI because this soap story twin is not true. But Carol seemed to believe the pictures were true and wants to stay out of this whole thing. Now, Mr. Q wants Carol to help him. Kanjan, when Carol is shasharas like this, and Carol says she does not want to get involved in people's businesses. Since when Carol is always involved in people's businesses, even when they don't want her to be. And now Mr. Q says that being a chef is not a problem, but the problem is what happened in New York. And he is going to find out. Now Glenda goes to see Shongwe. Ask him about the picture. What is this I see? When on chef Shongwe Radev. And then he says, this is my identical twin. Where's Mr. Xulu? He lies with a straight face, with a smile. Says he didn't tell Glenda because he thought Glenda was going to judge him. But Glenda's like, why would I judge you for that? That's because he's an ex-con. Yes, he's so believable when he starts talking because this guy is good. Now, Glenda says, now I'm confused. I don't know. Who am I dating exactly? Because all these things that I keep finding out about you, you told the Sekamelas when you were admitted in the hospital, while the whole time you were with me. What else are you lying to me about? Now you can see now he does not know what to say. And then Mahlatsekamo is concerned about this thing. Mahongo is dating Memli Tswalo and says, what if they're really dating? This thing is going to confuse Bushang. Bushang is like, nah, I mind Memli Tswalo. Memli Tswalo is nice and she cooks delicious food. So now Evelyn planned a whole SGP meeting without informing Mahongo. Now Togo girlfriend Yahaya is now worried. Why didn't you tell him? You should have told him, man, now I don't want to get into trouble with Alfred because why are you hiding it from him? Because when you get high. Now, Togo is caught in between Mahongwali, Evelyn. Will he tell Mahong or not? Because now they went ahead with the meeting without telling Mahong. And now Evelyn exploded and said that Mahonga should have told him about the written warning that he wanted to give Mr. Xulu and not just surprise him with it and made it clear, Hori, yeah, you're the principal, yes, but you need to run things by me because they're like a deputy. And then Mahlasi doesn't want to let this whole thing, Mem Litswalo, Papa Hey dating. Now they're talking about it at school, at the library. Mem Rosina had them. Mem Rosina Shuyena now she's telling Omahong this talk. Now she's instead saying that she's going to wait for Stogo so they go home together. Kamos Stogo doesn't want to go home. Mem Rosina wants to wait for Mahong. Now wabona can't off like because mem Litswalo busy. Oh, na le mereko montšhintšhi that we still have to do. Mem Rosina is busy saying no, ke tla o emela, but now they insist no, go montšhi, go montšhi. Now she sees what she heard is true. Now Stogo is worried what if she's suspecting something. But Alfred is not taking this whole thing seriously because will come to Papa, itla go Papa. Patung magongwa. This whole thing can explode in their faces, hey? And then now, Mapitsi busy listening to radio. Udlala, the famous DJ Thomas, his ex-lover, her ex-lover. She quickly switches off the radio. Now Pitsy is asking her, why are you switching it off? Ari, she lies saying, no, because you're bored about how. If it's boring, why don't you go back and make it more entertaining? And then Mapitsi came up with an idea and said that radio is not for her anymore. She's not going back there. She came up with an idea to do a podcast. Tells Chomehaye Fenze she wants to do a podcast. Fenze's like, no, that's a good idea, but they're going to ask you about that short guy again, Thomas. Aria, this is not about him, but yeah, this is what I want to do. But Fenze and he's going to help her implement it, hey? Now, Noah is doing great for himself, hey, and says that he wants to work for GF and Associates. Leda is very proud, saying, Pretty works there, right? Yeah, gets Eva. But Lena also like to work there. But off to the big cities, ne? Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.